Welcome to our very first Fireside Chat. We're here with Sharon Wade today, who is one of our beloved artists. And the goal behind the Fireside Chat series is just to start learning people's stories, like their stories with art and creativity and how all of that plays together in their life. So we get to hear today from Sharon. We're so excited about her journey with the 100-Day Project, which she'll tell us all about. So welcome, and here's Sharon.
Hi everyone.
Hi Sharon.
I was really excited to be asked to talk about the 100-Day because it's just really dear to my heart and it's one of my favorite things to do every year. And so I thought I would just introduce the 100-Day and hopefully recruit more people to come and be part of it. I got started in a 100-Day. I was a high school art teacher, and there was a week that we had different artists come in and just share what they did with my students. So every day we had a new artist come in, and one of the people that came in was Katie Garcia, and she told a story that just sort of changed my life. She was just in college at the time, I believe, and she had been told by her art teacher in high school that she was not an idea person because she really wanted to be a graphic designer. And this is the story I remember. So Katie, I hope I'm relaying it correctly, but she was not an idea person, and so that she should look into a career of that. So she happened to stumble upon a TED Talk, and I have the paper here. There's a TED Talk called Inspiration Wherever You Are, a 100-Day Project. Emma Rogan, and it's a TEDx Auckland. So if you look up Emma Rogan, I think it was like 2013, so it's a bit of an old one. And I just watched it again yesterday and got inspired all over again. But Katie watched this TED Talk about the 100-Day Project, and it was all about, originally, I read about them more, so it's not in the TED Talk, but I read about this group more. It was just a group of artists that worked together that wanted to do something to inspire them to get more creative, to get their juices flowing. So they decided to do a 100-Day Project, and they had heard about this from a professor at Yale, and he had his students do this every year apparently. And Katie watched this, and she decided, she said, you know, what have I got to lose? So she decided to commit to a 100-Day Project on her own, just on her own, just accountable to herself. But she made little 4x4 cards, or, I think they were more like 6x6 little cards. She brought them in to show us, and she would read the paper every morning. She would pick out a story, and she'd think about it during the day, and then in the evening she would do an art piece, and she had to do it in like 20 minutes, or she had to do it in a short period of time, just with the material she had. So the art piece was based on just a little card, and it was based on the story she had read in the morning, something that had to do with that. And she just started doing this every day. So she'd read in the morning, she'd create in the evening, and she did this for 100 days. And she said by the end of 100 days, her ideas were flowing. It was just going crazy. She couldn't wait to get to the project. And she had some PowerPoints, and she showed us, she had lined up all her 100-day, and you could just see the progression and what she had accomplished in that period of time. And she brought in a bunch of her pieces to show us. And believe it or not, or you have to believe it, she is working as a graphic artist in a real prestigious place in Ireland right now, and
Wow.
doing really well. So that, she was trying to encourage my students that, one thing, don't listen to advice. I mean, if you have a passion and something you want to do, and then this was a great way to see if you could do this and to get your creative juices flowing. And creative confidence is learned through practice. That's one thing that Emma said on her TED Talks. And I thought, there's something to that, creative confidence. A lot of times we feel stumbled, or we feel like we can't accomplish anything, but sometimes we just have to do it. And so when I heard this with my students, I decided to challenge myself. And my first one I did with my daughter, and it was just something called Inktober at the time. It was something I felt like I could handle, and it's October. Inktober is every October, and it's online, and you can find it, hashtag Inktober, and you post a pen and ink drawing every day, just something that you want to do. So I started in 2013. I started at Inktober. And what I decided to do was I decided to look at other artists who were doing pen and ink drawings, and I would just take a portion of their picture. I wouldn't copy their whole picture, but I actually made little cards, like little windows out of index cards, and I would just take a portion of their picture or a little bit, and I would recreate it and try their techniques, because I wanted to learn pen and ink. So this is just a little portion of a big painting that I saw, a pen and ink painting, but I practiced. And every day I would do one of these for 30 days. So this got me started in the 100-day project. So it's
that like stipple line?
It's all different. It's
Okay.
This book is full of all different artists and all different things. I won't go through the whole book. Even
cool.
fun things. That was an easy way to get started because I didn't have to really think too hard, but I just had to look at their technique and copy a little bit of their technique. So my daughter and I did that, and I really thought, you know, there's something to this. So that year, in January, I started a 100-day project. I'm trying to think, and at the time I was living in Thailand, so Thailand was our home, and I never got great at Thai language. I was working in a school, I was a high school art teacher, English every day, but I wanted to learn the food. And so I just thought my 100-day projects it was 2014 in January I started, it was Thai food. And what I did is I allowed myself, we'd go to the market and we'd take pictures, photos. And then I allowed myself to draw it one day, ink it another day, watercolor another day. So I didn't make it complicated. I didn't have to accomplish this big thing every day. So I just started doing, and this was one of my favorite. So I just started doing Thai food. Yum to a plow. I know I'm saying that wrong now. It's been too many years, but there you go.
They look like cookbook illustrations.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
So I just started, there's dragon fruit. I just started doing things I saw in the market, and I just started drawing them. So that was my 100-day project.
That's pretty cool.
So you started it in Thailand?
I did start this on
Wow.
Thailand. Yeah, I started in Thailand. So this was really fun, and I thought,
It looks like it.
and I created it on pages, and then I got into bookbinding because this is getting really old and worn out, but it's one of my favorite things. So that got me started. So it's not 100 drawings, but it's pieces of drawings every day.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found is that if I had a place set up in my home just for this project, like a desk or even a place on the table that I didn't have to put away every day. I just had a basket with this book in it. I had my little watercolor set, my pen and ink, and then Ken and I would go to the bazaar and take pictures. You know, I just had loads of pictures that we would do. So that was the beginning of my 100-day project. Okay, then I was really hooked. I have to admit, I'm type A probably personality. I get going and I really want to go. But what I saw was by the end of this project, at that point in my life I was doing pen and ink mostly, before my eyes got old. I saw my improvement in my art. And by the end I could just see a huge difference. And I thought, you know, there's real value in this. And at first, this wasn't for anyone else to see. This was just for me. It wasn't I had to have a beautiful work of art at the end. I just had to do it, and I had to practice. And one of the things I noticed is that and I got my husband into it too, as I went on every day, we got excited about going to the bazaar. We got excited about looking for new things, about exploring. So that actually helped. It was just a fun thing for our relationship, for one thing, and it just was a way of seeing the world and deliberately seeing the world in a really wonderful way. So, and the colors, and then we talked to people like, how did you make this food? You know, we just really got into it, and so it was, I really loved it. So the next year, I decided, I think this is my 2015, you can see I really got hooked. It's still in Thailand. So I decided to do colors and textures of Thailand. And it's the same thing. We had photos that we took. I just penciled one day. I either used colored pencil or watercolor, and I kept them really small so that it wasn't this huge commitment every day, but it was something that I could handle. And if you miss a day, you miss a day, but I just kept going. So I started doing textures of Thailand. So just fun things that I saw. So I'll just go through this fast. Some were in the market, some were just clothing, or
Your writing's
3D.
beautiful too.
Yeah.
well,
Wow.
I do love art, so, but these were just, I kept them little, I kept them small, and I kept them doing it by piece, like pencil drawing, and then maybe a little bit of watercolor, but I allowed myself 3 or 4 days each one. I didn't try to do it,
The colors.
yeah.
Yes,
And
those
that's
are
fun.
You did it off center on the page
Oh,
too.
oh,
Did
thank
you do
you.
that
Lloyd Croton, that's just
purposely
beautiful.
so you could make notes in there? or-
No, I just started that way and I kept
The
going that way.
presentation looks
Yeah.
real nice.
And there's colored pencil, there's pen and ink, and there's watercolor, so, yeah. I know by the end I started getting a little more clever about how I did, I don't know, I was just enjoying the book so much. And then this was just cloth from Thailand too, that I just wanted to keep it in. Okay, so that was my second year of 100 Day. This one, both of these actually, we came home for a trip. We came back to the States for a period of time, like 3 months or something. And it was just during the 100 Day project. And so, hi, welcome Patty.
How's it going?
And so what I did was, Ken and I decided for our 100 Day that year, we would keep this in our car, and we would sign. I have to admit, coming back to Michigan after living in Asia, there's a lot of quirky things about Michigan that you may not know,
Culture
or you
shock.
may not see anymore, you know? And so what we did is we kept this in the car, and this is something new every day. I guess this was 2018. So it was something new every day, and we had to look for new things every single day. And so I just started writing, and we'd keep it in the car.
Hi, Patty.
So this was a really simple one, but it also got us looking, and, you know, it got to be where Ken was just out, and he'd call me and say, you gotta come see this, there's something really weird here, you know, or.
Was he doing art as well?
No, he's just helping me with this.
Like what? Give us an example of what you saw.
Oh, I remember, I know it sounds, there's totem poles in Michigan, things like that, I hadn't seen those in forever. There's, the big, Yetis that everybody seems to have in their yard.
Oh.
I don't know what those are all about, but that was new for me. One thing for us was cell phones. Everyone was on their phone all the time. That was a new thing too. It's, to be honest, it's a little bit more hospitable. You don't see at least where we were, you don't see the cell phones as much at that time. I know it's changed now.
What year was that?
2018.
This is 2018, yeah.
Oh, okay.
2018, sorry, yeah, 2018. I noticed in here, I was looking, Christmas lights under the snow. That was just something I grew up with that, but just the beautiful colors when the snow had fallen over Christmas lights. I remember that was one of them in here.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's just things, just things like that you just don't. Mailboxes, lots of mailboxes. I haven't seen those in a lot of years too, you know. It's just things like that we wrote down. And we did another one too, so just writing, but we loved it so much, and so we'd keep little mementos too sometimes. But we just filled the book. So I thought this was a great idea. If you want something simple for 100 Day, just to get really creative, just keep this with you and just write. It only has to be a couple lines. So
That's one of the advantages of traveling.
yeah,
When you come back, you see things you haven't seen before.
exactly. Yeah.
What year did you come back permanently?
2017, 2018, 2017,
Oh, okay.
something like that. I guess this one is the earlier one. That's the earlier one. This is the later one. But I don't know. Do you guys have any questions so far? Anything you wanted to ask?
Do you always do it at the same 100 years at the same time period, like January, or do you mix up when you do this project?
Well, the writing ones, it was just depending on when we came
back.
yeah. But always January, and usually the third week of January, and it's a great winter it's a great winter project. For one thing was we meet here at Gaylord Arts. We've been doing that how many years? I don't remember how many years. I mean, a lot of these later ones I run here through Gaylord Arts, but we meet every Monday, and we're gonna meet this year 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock every Monday. You know,
And
earlier.
We'll have an evening one
Earlier.
as well.
And we just gather around and everybody shares what they've done during the week, so it's really fun. So there's a lot of encouragement. So,
It is fun, I look forward to it.
January 26th this year, 3 o'clock here at the art studio.
And then we'll have one in the evening,
Yeah, and Audra's gonna do an evening one
6:30,
for those that
7:30?
can't come during the day, yeah.
just to
You
give
do
options.
it time under?
6:30.
I think 6:30 to 7:30.
6:30, 7:30.
I've already told myself I'm starting next week on my project.
Well, really good at head start.
I have a room, that's all.
Oh, nice.
Well, I recommend, I have a lot more, I don't have to show you all of this, but, I'll just show you, well, no. I mean, I've done a lot of them, so you could come up and look at the end. Like one year, I just did, I like putting them in books too. I haven't got, this is a year, you can see a little paintings, but I just did little 4x4 paintings, was my 100-day one year. And this is when we came to Northern Michigan, so what year is this one? This was 2022. But just the beauty of Northern Michigan, and I just really wanted to capture, so I made I did this 100 days, because I really wanted to capture 100 different scenes of, and they're only tiny, they're only little.
It
They're
was
not,
all pastel.
they're all pastel.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I found, my first pastel one, when I came back, I was a high school art teacher, and so I had done a lot of many things, and so I thought I need to just consolidate and get better at one thing. And so this 100-day, I decided I'm going to try pastel and get a lot better at pastel. So what I did was, and again, I allowed myself several days. I didn't make myself having to complete everything every day, but I made my life easier. I just started doing pastel paintings, and these are 5x7, so they're not that big. And again, I got all the paper cut out ahead of time that I was doing. I had my little spot set up, because I learned by now to just be ready to go. And then I would take these paintings and I would find a little piece of each painting, and I would make another little one for the next painting.
Now, did you actually go and paint right there, or did you like take a picture and then come home and paint?
These are all from photos, because I did
That's
these at
what I
home.
wanted,
Yeah, so that's what I did. I did a painting, and then I took a little piece of the painting, and I made another little
Are
one.
those milkweed pods?
Yeah, milkweed pods.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I did. This was Sklarczyk Seed Farm, potato farm, and then I was right there, this one I was right there outside, and then this was just a little part that I saw, that I made a little one out of that. This was just grass on the beach. I went closer and grass on the beach. So this one, but the value of this was, after 100 days, I actually felt like I knew pastel painting. I actually felt like I could feel it, I could tell how to use it. I got better and better at it. So I really credit a 100-day project with that time set aside for me to learn a skill and learn it well enough that I felt confident in it, that I could start doing bigger pieces and start putting them in galleries, or I have a few pieces here. I think the 100-day project, one of the values is you can pick a skill that you want to learn, and doing it for 100 days, you'll find great improvement. Like my girlfriend Katie Garcia, just her idea producing, just her brain, getting her brain functioning, and getting to be producing ideas every day to the point where she had them overflowing and couldn't wait to get to her project. I found the same with pastel, that I got better and better at this one particular thing. We've had in our 100-day project that I've participated in over the years, we had one person who took Leonardo da Vinci's book of human beings, and she copied every page into her own notebook so that she could get better at the human body and how to draw people. So for 100 days she did that. We had another person learning how to do felting and little creatures and stuff, and so she did that for 100 days, so she got really good at that. She's teaching now too.
Yeah.
We've had poets do poetry every day. We had a script writer last year who's doing a musical, and she worked on her musical, and she would read little bits of it to us every day last year. We had, let's see, what else have we had? I know we had a storyteller way back in the beginning at Gaylord Arts, and he wrote stories and read parts of them to us every week. It was really such a joy to have. We had people learning to cook and bringing in food because they tried new things during the week and would bring those in. You could just go on and on. On the TED Talk, there was a mother and daughter that decided to photograph each other every day to keep a documentary of their lives. But by then they were making themselves do funny things, and one of them she'll show you, they wrapped themselves as mummies and did mummy pictures, the two of them together. But they had to do something new every day. So every day mother and daughter were creating a space or a costume or something together.
It's like a what if.
Yes.
What if I did this next time or whatever?
I just get so excited about this because one year, like one of the first ones here at Gaylord Arts, someone, I think her name was Lori, her mom was not well or something, so she photographed her mom's hands doing something every day, and she made a book of her photographs.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and we had another woman who, out her kitchen window, she just took a photograph out of her kitchen window every day and put that into a book, so she could see the changing seasons. Yeah, so I thought that was, yeah, so it could be any, Audra worked on her website one year, and every day she would show us what she'd done to get her business up and going in her website, and so she'd come in and share with us her new things, so it could be anything, it could be anything. But the fun part is coming in on Mondays and then sharing it all together. We have to have a little bell because I think people get so excited about sharing that we have to go ding ding, your time is up. So we can get around our circle. And we try to keep it to an hour on Mondays, and we just encourage each other, we appreciate each other. It is really an amazing time. And again, I know, this is a fun one. I just decided to go crazy one year. So guess what I did for a year?
Oh, yeah.
I made 100 days of rubber stamps out of so here's my bag of 100 stamps. But to tell you the truth, I have made gift tags out of these, I have made cards out of these, I shared things, and so I made a little book. Again, of course, I'm a little book person.
Do you make all of your journal covers?
I do.
All of them, yeah.
I love doing this too. But here's 100 Days 2024, and I made stamps.
Oh, that's so fun.
I actually misjudged my book, so I had to go backwards then towards the end, but this is all the stamps. I thought I would prove to you that I really did this, but now I have people requesting stamps for special occasions and stuff, it's kind of fun.
How do you carve those little itty bitty?
Yeah, it took me a little while to get going in it, but just a little carving thing.
So you did one every single day? Wow.
I did one every single day on this one.
I got really good by the end.
I did. So that was really fun. And
Did
then
you use like wood carving tools or an X-Acto knife?
it's just a speedball little carving tool. They're just a Hobby Lobby, real easy.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But the thing was, there's a website of the pink eraser lady. Oh, what's she called? Oh, something. It's on Instagram, and she's the one that got this going. The pink eraser carving. And she actually wrote one time on her Instagram, "Can you guys quit ordering pink erasers because they're all out and I can't get any more."
She's running out.
And yeah, she's got a book published now and everything because we were all learning. Okay, I'm almost done here, but I have some more. This one's not in the book yet, but that was 1 year. I just did, again, little scenes of Michigan, little teeny ones. Oh, and last year, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I did a cloud a day. And this is actually cut up. I did it on big, huge sheets of paper, and I just
remember that.
Yeah, and I just drew them on the up. So it was up in my guest room, and every day I'd just go and do a little cloud, and I'd be outside looking for clouds or from our travels, or So that one, and then I loved it so much, I actually framed that one, because but I have like 5 of those. 5 of those sheets now that I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. But
Did you
anyway,
frame them all?
no, just 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
But that was a really fun one. I got that idea from another pastel artist.
You had some on Facebook, I remember, you put some of the colors.
Well, I usually post every day when I'm doing 100-day. I
Okay.
post something
Okay.
just to keep going. And then this year, we're gonna start like January 26th, I was talking about. I've already started this year, and I know it's kind of cheating, but I'm actually teaching a class somewhere else about nature journaling, and I had to have some samples. So, and I wanted to get something before the snow came. So this year, I'm gonna make a book out of this too somehow. I haven't figured it out yet. But this year, I'm doing 100 days, it's gonna start, and just going outside and drawing what I see outside. And I'm just writing little silly things. I'm not trying to be scientific, but I love these nature journals.
Are these colored pencil?
They're watercolor
Oh, they are
and ink. And I'm forcing myself to write a little haiku every day about what I saw outside, just because I thought it'd be fun to do. And I made it really easy. I made a pattern, so
Oh, nice.
I just traced the
Template,
pattern. Yep, so they're all pretty much the same. So this was yesterday's.
How fun.
Yeah, so this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna get 100 of these done eventually. But this is what I'm gonna do when we start a 100-day project. And the other thing I'm gonna challenge myself with this year is I'm gonna create some really big pastel pieces. And so I might just have little bits to show every day. And it might take me several weeks to do one, but I wanna go big and I wanna challenge myself. So my 100-day goal is to get really good at the big format pieces, and yeah. So I think that's what I'm gonna do this year. And plus my nature journal, I'm just gonna keep going on that one. But, I don't know, do you all have any questions?
What was your favorite? Or do you have a favorite out of all of them?
Every time I'm into it, and yeah. It's like being a high school art teacher. Every project we did was my favorite project. Then we'd do another one, and that would be my favorite project. So,
Do you feel like there was one that was more transformative than others? Or do they all have pieces?
I think the first one with pastel, realizing that I was actually getting better. And then I started looking forward to it every day because I could tell my confidence, my creative confidence was growing. And that's the whole point of 100 days, your creative confidence. I would love it. I mean, it is a fun thing. It is a fun thing to attend and no pressure and everything, but it is a fun thing to actually be determined and a little bit disciplined in your life. And it can be, like you could write a haiku a day and that could take you 10 minutes or 5 minutes a day, but you have your little corner you go to and you could write a little something. Or you could take one photo of something every day. But it is nice to be disciplined because you'll see growth and you'll see things happening in your life. And as you share it with others, you can see just joy or maybe opportunities for other things, which that's what I found. You know, I got better at something and then I had more opportunities to use that skill. So it is really cool if you could commit, but no pressure. Don't be afraid to come. We'd love to have everyone come and be part of the group, but it is really, there is something valuable to yourself to commit and to get that brain working and see the growth in your life.
What kinds of things challenge you, and how do you look for something new?
Right now, it's a bit challenged with my nature journal because there's a lot of snow on the ground. And I just decided that it's easy to hibernate in the winter, and so I decided my boots are right there, my coat, I don't even zip up sometimes. I'll just run outside. I got my camera, because sometimes it's 6 degrees, you can't really stay. But I just forced today I have to find something new that I see in nature, something cool, and so sometimes that's a challenge, but I'm making myself do it, so I get outside every day.
I find that I'm here, when I'm in a group, I've been in lots of art kinds of groups. That challenges me because
Yeah.
everybody else is working and you want to get it done. But when you're alone like you, that impresses me.
Well, the
Okay.
Monday group helps, the meeting every Monday, because you get excited to share what you've
Yeah,
done.
I think it does too. It's,
Yeah.
you know, on your own, you can put things off.
Yeah. But if you know you're gonna be,
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
the group really, really helps. Also, we put
I
together,
don't think I could do it online.
no, but we do put together a Facebook group so that if you want to post,
I think it's fun to post every day.
Yeah.
Like to
because we can see what everybody's doing every day too, and that's.
comment on it.
Mhm.
Or sometimes I found that I was working on projects that are harder to bring to a group,
Yeah,
but I could post them online, like
Yeah.
a video
Right.
or a whatever.
I think you and I every day, we're pretty disciplined about
Yes.
posting every day, so that was really fun. I just found something I really wanted to do and something I really wanted to learn, a skill I really wanted to try. Oh, I know one person wrote thank you notes every day to people. They just decided, they had a little stationery all set and their stamps, and they just decided to write thank you notes. And the value of reconnecting, like you were saying, reconnecting with people, there was some value in that, and the response they got back, it was just life changing. So that's, I mean, it could be something simple. Yeah, that's not simple, that's really profound, but still. I think part of it is having, like, with this one, with my nature journal, I have it in a bag. I have my watercolors, I have my pencil, I have my glue, I have a ruler in here, and I just can pick this up when we travel. We go to the east side of the state a lot, so I can just pick this up, and this is always with me. With the stamps, I just had a corner set up in the guest room that I kind of use as an art room, and it was all set up, so whenever I had time in the day, I could just walk in there and work on it. If you have to get things out, put them away, that is really hard, and I have to admit, I don't work well that way. Things have to be ready to go. So a basket carrying your stuff, or a place really helps. So, and just kind of a commitment to, it's winter and I'm gonna learn something this winter. That's what I find, but yeah.
Mine isn't really a question, but it's something that I heard you say as you went, so just maybe more of an observation, but it feels a lot like when you practice gratitude, you find yourself finding more reasons to be grateful. So like as you're practicing this, you're seeing more things. Like you noticed your Thai place that
Yeah.
like you started looking for, you were intentionally like noticing things that you
Exactly,
wouldn't.
yeah.
I think that's very cool.
Yep. Makes you notice life, it makes you more part of the world. It just makes you more part of people too. I can tend to be very isolated, but somehow just noticing things about people. Yeah. Oh, it's good.
I kind of get stuck in a rut and do the same things over and over. I need to see some things, and I don't know people to do things I do. So whether you get the ideas from to try something new and different, that's my problem. I'm stuck in a rut.
That's a good question. It's a really good question.
See, when I was in a big group, people brought in stuff, and you say, "Oh, that's great. Why can't I try that?" You know?
Well, that's exactly what our Mondays are. I think and our Mondays end up being a little bit of sharing about, because we'll ask each other, how did you do that? And we learned, what were those dot things? Somebody was gluing dots and making these
Yeah.
symbols. I know.
That was
but
a few years ago.
A few years-
Diamond.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, it just was,
Teeny tiny itty bitty things.
Yeah.
and we had some people bring in projects they were doing, and then they actually, after the group, they brought in and showed us how they did it. So, I mean, some people could stay if they wanted to see, I think it was printmaking or stamp making.
There's the jelly thing. They
Oh,
showed
the
it.
jelly.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to try.
Yeah, that's right.
And you can use all sorts of papers and
Yeah.
like, and it's
That's right.
amazing.
Linda Scott
You're
showed
right.
us how to do that after
Yeah.
our meeting.
Jelly plate.
We try to keep it to 1 hour because people have things to do, and you don't want to discourage people. Somehow, if you just say starts at 3, ends at 4, and you're free to go, and if you want to stay, you
And
can.
then when you're
Yeah.
doing it every day, it's like, you kind of enjoy sharing that.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the fun part about it.
I find even introverts like me really get talking, and you have to kind of ring the bell and say, okay, time to move on to the next person, because you get excited.
Wondering if we should do either through the Facebook group and also possibly in person, have a couple sessions before the 100 days starts to talk through ideas and generate ideas. Because I feel like sometimes that starts the 100 days. That people are like, oh, I want to figure out what I want to do, but then they can't do it. So like we can start.
Maybe
there.
the first one will be that.
Yeah.
We'll just throw out ideas.
Or having, like you don't do art
Yeah.
usually, so you're like, okay, what do I need to learn to get started?
Yeah.
As you,
Yeah.
like what materials, what I need to practice, watch a free YouTube video or something just to know what to do with your paper. We're not all that type of artists.
What did we do before YouTube?
I know. Well, classes, we had classes, so
How many things I've learned, I
My husband learns
How
everything.
do I?
A lot of my
Okay.
pastel is from teachers on YouTube, I know, exactly.
It's amazing.
I think,
They
Yeah.
had clubs. I remember my mother, when I was a kid, she belonged to a homemakers club. And
How's the club?
they'd get together, I think once a month. But they were always doing something creative. And, they did baking and cooking, but I think people socialize more than going online,
Yeah.
They found it, and they would come, it was a home extension club, and they would come down to Lansing. I mean, it was a statewide thing,
Sure.
so
That's
it
a
was
big
sort of
deal.
the same
Oh, yeah.
concept.
yeah, it
But
was.
she did that for years.
It's a little different in that it's not as much socializing as it
Yeah.
is just getting that encouragement from each other and to be, creative at something.
it's like all knowing that you're doing something.
We're all
You're all doing the
something.
100 days project, whatever it is, and then you can share
Yep,
and discover more of like people's
Yep.
talents or what they want to learn or how they're doing it.
exactly.
The other day, in fact, I have her, I put them all into a binder, but it was all their newsletters, and it's like from the 50s up through the 70s, I think they
Yeah,
assembled.
that's really
I
cool.
found in my quilting group, we had people that would give instructions too as we went along.
Yeah.
We'd bring people in to get lessons. For instance, I put colors together that I remember growing up, you would never put pink and red together. My mother
No,
would roll
yeah.
over in her grave if she
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
I had put something pink and red together. But you just blend colors and you learn that and you say, well, I was told never to do that, but that's really cool.
That is
So we
really-
learn from just learning the color wheel and doing all that kind of stuff. It was
Yeah.
so clever.
Yeah, I love that stuff. This is different from that in that we're just sharing what we have done.
Right. I
But you
understand
do
that.
learn because you get exposed to so many different things that
Well, it
people are
inspired
doing.
me to try something.
The inspiration is the biggest part of the 100-day group meeting, I think. We just get excited about sharing and, yeah.
Wow,
so-
she put that together with that. I think I can do that.
Yeah, I know. That's fun. And it's not, you don't get penalized if you don't show up or anything. It's just kind of,
That's good.
yeah. So it's just an encouragement group but hopefully people will be committed to try doing something like this because it really is a creative growth, way to grow creatively. And I know my brain needs more and more ways to do that as older I get, so, but, yeah.
What did you do for 2025?
Oh, the clouds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed that, sorry.
Yep.
And she had two.
Right, she said it was a big,
Yeah,
big
there's a
It's
file
a
of
big
them.
sheet,
Right.
that's half a sheet.
Okay.
I cut it in half to frame it, it was just a little too big, but yeah. But that's what I have to share,
That was very cool.
yeah, so.
Can you say again that TED Talk, who was the
Oh,
Harry-
it's,
I-
I had to look it up on YouTube.
So I can
because
write it down.
It's called Inspiration Wherever You Are, the 100 Days Project. And her name is Emma Rogan. And it's TEDx Auckland, she's from New Zealand. But, yeah, and then
Thank you.
you're welcome. But it was really my friend Katie Garcia coming in and just showing how it changed her life.
That story reminds me of my sister. She was going to U of M, and it was in the 70s, and she went into architecture. And that's the kind of feedback she got from her instructor, said it was a man's field. And she went for a couple of years and got discouraged by that whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
But then she did go on back in the 80s and got her engineering degree and retired in that area. She's
Good
a
for
very
her.
good artist too. Yeah, but it's that kind of attitude I think has changed a lot.
In spite of me, I think I'll go home and go upstairs to my art room today.
Figure something, yeah,
Yeah.
figure out something.